What's up, people? Welcome back to Football Insights, where we talk about football related issues concerning transfers, player profile, and other football matters. So, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you click on the subscribe button. Make sure you press on the post notification bell so that anytime we upload, you'll be the first person to receive it. Make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms. On IG, it is football_insights on IG. On X, it is footy_insight, and then on TikTok, it is footy_insight1. All the links are in the description. Make sure you follow us there, like this video, share it to your friends. So this is your match review of the Champions League match day 2 that happened on Tuesday. So this is the Tuesday review. We'll bring you the Wednesday review as well. So stay tuned. So Tuesday review, all the games that happened, a lot happened. A lot happened. To some extent, I will call it, even though people don't see it as, an upset, but I will call it an upset, even though I'm not surprised, but it is still an upset, upset over upset. A lot of teams also find it very, very, very difficult to get their 3 points. So let's move straight into the video. So, of course, quickly we'll start with Inter Milan. Inter Milan played home against Benfica. Inter Milan won by 1-0 against Benfica. Goal scored by Marcus Thuram. Brilliant goal by Marcus Thuram. A brilliant assist, and then the goal Marcus Thuram scored. Of course, I am a fan of Marcus Thuram and then Randall Colomwani, because I saw what they did in the World Cup final. Those guys touched my heart once and for all. So I am a fan of these guys, So Marcus Thuram, my boss, scored a goal, and then in this game, Inter could have, could have been punished by not being clinical. Inter were not clinical, and then when I say Inter were not clinical, it is not the whole Inter Milan team. Of course, they are a team, but one player that I can single him out is Lautaro Martinez. Lautaro Martinez was just not clinical enough. Lautaro Martinez was not clinical enough. He missed about 3 big chances. The one that I saw, he missed about 3 big chances, and it is not good. In the Champions League game, you would have to be clinical. If you are not clinical in a Champions League game, bro, trust me, you will be punished in one way or the other. So Inter Milan were not clinical enough, and that is why you see 1-0 here, or else the scoreline would have been 4-0, 5-0. So what helped Inter Milan is that they pressed very, 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 very well. And when Inter Milan, it is all about fireworks. It's all about the energy. If you don't have the energy, you cannot play Inter Milan. For the past 5 years, 6 years, if you don't have the energy, you cannot play Inter Milan. So the press of Inter Milan helped them very, 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 very well, and that gave them the goal. It was a press, and then they did a turnover. And then, the assist came and Marcus Thuram squared the ball in. And that was a brilliant goal by Marcus Thuram, So, a great clap for his development. Marcus Thuram moving to Inter Milan. It was speculated that he's looking at, Manchester United or Chelsea. But later on, even it was, reported that he was going to go to AC Milan. But he finally went to Inter Milan, and then Inter Milan is, a brilliant club for his development. I am not saying he's a young boy, even though he's not that old, 25 to thereabout, but at his age, Inter Milan is a very good team for him, for his development. So Marcus Thuram scored a brilliant goal. So Danny Mukiele disallowed Federico Di Marco's goal, bro. It was, oh, bro, my boy, Federico Di Marco, Danny Mukiele disallowed his goal. And then that was a brilliant goal, though, but it was offside, though. Offsides are offside. So, of course, it was disallowed. So, Benfica looked poor in the defense. They really, really, really looked poor in the defense. I don't know what is happening to Benfica. I don't know where Otamendi and then the guys were, but they looked poor in the defense, So, quickly, let's move to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich also won by 2-1 against FC Copenhagen in Denmark. FC Copenhagen played home in Denmark. So Bayern won against FC Copenhagen, and then in this game, Bayern find it very, 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 very difficult. It was a very, very difficult game for Bayern Munich, and then that is why some people So to speak, I call it disrespect, but the people might not see it as disrespect, but people are in a way disrespecting buyer because the buyer they expected, that is not the buyer they are seeing right now. Buyer struggled against FC Copenhagen. That was the fact. So, and then it is about time that Thomas Tuchel trusts in Muller because of experience. It is about time he trusts him or he trusts Muller and then starts Muller because the experience that Muller brought in a game, bro, you cannot quantify it. The level of experience. And then he caused the second goal. He basically gave the assist to Matistel. And then if it was any player, for example, Lord Chupomoting, he would have, played the ball and then it would have ended up in 1-1. But Muller, because of experience, he I don't know how to call it, but he waited on the ball and then squared the ball for Matistel to score the goal. So Thomas Tuchel has to, trust Muller and then give him more games. Even if you are not going to start him, just give him more games so that Muller will play his game. He is old, yes, but he is still playing. And then when he comes in, you see the experience of Muller. So, Bayern Munich must be ruthless. No, they must be ruthless up front. They are joking. And then Thomas Tuchel, it's about time Thomas Tuchel, I believe in spirit of, accommodation. Now he has to accommodate, spirit of adjustment. Thomas Tuchel, that is not your type, that is not your game, but you have to adjust to the current situation. That conservative football that you are playing, it is not going to help Bayern Munich. They have so much attacking options. So it's about time you try to, adjust to the current situation that you are in right now. Try and play attacking game. That conservative football, it is going to help you at Chelsea because it is our blood. It is in our DNA. But in Bayern Munich, their DNA is attacking. They attack. Don't try to be conservative. Try to change a little bit. Thomas Tuchel. So FC Copenhagen, they are a different, side to play and difficult. So United should be very, 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 very careful about FC Copenhagen. Quickly, let's move to the Arsenal game. Arsenal also lost by 2-1 against RC Lens, and then it was funny though. The French league, they are jobbing. The French league, the Twitter handle of or X handle of the French league are jobbing. But Arsenal lost. Arsenal lost, and that is the fact. Arsenal lost by 2-1 against RC Lens. Goal scored by Thomason and then Eliwahi. Eliwahi, I understand why Eliwahi didn't want to come to Chelsea to be a lonely player. He wanted to start. He wanted to get minutes in the Chelsea team, but the Chelsea were not willing to give him that time. They wanted to send him on loan, and that is why he didn't come, and that is why he went to RC Lens. But Eliwahi scored a brilliant goal by Eliwahi, and then Thomason, and then Brisamba, their goalkeeper. RC Lens goalkeeper, bro. That guy is a top goalkeeper, and then I am not surprised that he has been nominated in the Ballon d'Or Yashin Trophy. I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised because Brice Samba is a very top goalkeeper, and then going forward, Saka also got hurt, and then it is going to worry Arsenal a whole lot. It's going to worry Arsenal. Trust me, Saka hurt. In the weekend, they are playing against Manchester City. So let's see what happens. So Arsenal lost, and then it is not looking good for Arsenal. And French league, their ex handle immediately tweeted that Farmers League strike again, and then they are jobbing, but we all know it is for the banter though. So Arsenal lost, and quickly let's move to Braga. It was a top game though. I watched this game very well. Union Berlin versus Braga. Bro, the Braga players. The first half, it was about 5 people. There were only 2, the goalkeeper and then 1 defender, if I am not mistaken. All the guys are, African guys, black guys. And then the ball they are playing, Braga played really, really well. They won Union Berlin by 3-2. Union Berlin, Gerardo Becker scored 2 goals, but Union Berlin were simply, they were symbolic. I don't know, at some point they thought the game is in their hands. But they lost the game 3-2. And that was a brilliant last minute goal by Joao Montinho. top goal, a carpet strike by Joao Montino, and then Braga won the game by 3 goals to 2. So RB Salzburg also lost by 2 goals to 0 against Real Sociedad. Of course, Real Sociedad are going to, Mikel Oyarzabal scored a goal. Real Sociedad, they are a top side as compared to Salzburg. They are going to score Salzburg. They are in the form of their life. So it is not going to be very difficult to score Salzburg. So they won Salzburg by 2 goals to 0. And then, of course, the big games. Let's come to the big games. Napoli versus Real Madrid, bro. This game is a top game. Some of the goals that happened, or some of the goals that came in the match was a top-notch goals. Madrid defense was top-notch. That is the first thing we have to talk about. The defense of Madrid, even though they considered 2 goals, but the defense of Madrid was a top-notch, especially Rudiger. Rudiger's performance, bro. Rudiger, top level performance against Victor Osimhen. Even though Victor Osimhen conceded a penalty, he had a penalty for Napoli. The penalty was caused by Nacho, but Rudiger policed Victor Osimhen very, very, very well. And then Rudiger, when it comes to Takase football, in Ghana we call it Takase football. When it comes to Takase football, Rudiger is there. Rudiger is there to do a job for you. So Rudiger policed Osimhen very, very, very well. Vinicius back, and then he helped Real Madrid. Vinicius is back. When Vinicius is back, everything cools down for Real Madrid because he gives them the attacking option. And then the goal he scored, top goal. He has been scoring these goals. So it's not going to be very difficult for Vinicius Jr. And then Jude Bellingham, bro. Jude Bellingham. And then once again, I will step on their necks. The people who are saying the English boys is all about hype, hype, hype. You see Jude Bellingham performing like this, and then you come back and tell me the English boy is all about hype. Bro, be very, very, very careful. I will step on their necks. So Jude Bellingham scored a brilliant goal. He won the man of the match, though. He scored a brilliant goal. Jude Bellingham. So Valverde, we cannot talk about this match without talking about Valverde. It was a goal for him. It was an own goal by the Napoli goalkeeper. But that strike, bro. I know some players who, if they tempt this kind of ball or this kind of strike, their legs they will go for injury for about 7 months because that strike. But Valverde, and I'm not surprised because he has been doing it. It is something that he has been doing. So Fede Valverde, that shot was a brilliant strike, and then the Napoli goal was scored by Ostergaard and then Zielinski. So 3-2 against Napoli. Madrid, it was a tough game for Madrid, but they managed to win in the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium. So, Madrid are doing well. They are doing well. Vinicius Jr. is back. And then let's check out some of the stats of Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham has played in the whole season for Real Madrid. He has 8 goals, 3 assists as an attacking midfielder. Bro, the way this guy is moving, if they don't stop this guy, I will reserve my comment. So, let's move to Manchester United against Galatasaray. And then this is the match everyone is talking about. Man United against Galatasaray. Everyone is talking about this game. Man United lost by 3-2 against Galatasaray. Icardi scored a goal. Wilfred Zaha, my man, scored a goal. But let's talk about some of the positives in this particular game. The positives. The first positive for Manchester United is Rasmus Højlund. That is a potential, bro. The guy is control. On any day I'm a Chelsea fan, you do agenda, but when I see a good player, you see. Rasmus Højlund, that was a top level performance by Rasmus Højlund. But we are not talking about Rasmus Højlund because of because Man U lost. Because Man U lost. Man U lost by 3-2. And then some of the positives that I also saw in the Man U team is that for the first time, I don't know, but for the first time I saw Rashford crossing the ball to Rasmus Højlund. Bro, that was a top level performance by Rasmus Højlund. And then Galatasaray also looks like they have so many attacking options on the bench. For example, Dries Mertens and then Sergio Oliveira. And then the spirit of fighting back, the fighting back spirit in the Galatasaray team is mind-blowing, man. It is mind-blowing. So the spirit of, the fight back spirit, The comeback spirit in Galatasaray team, mind blowing, And then the negatives are, bro, Amrabat is not a left back. You don't play Amrabat at left back. Sometimes you do, experiments, but you don't play Amrabat as a left back. You have a lot of, center backs. Maguire is there, Lindelof is there. You can decide to play Maguire and Varane. Then people will say Maguire. But bro, Maguire is not in the team. You are still losing. So it means that the problem is not Maguire, but the problem is the defense, the defensive setup. Look at the goals Zaha scored, and then you look at Diego Dalot. Bro, I'm shocked that guy is a defender. I am really, really, really shocked, because if you cannot defend this ball and then you allow Zaha to enter into the box and still, strike the ball, bro. Diego Dalot, bro. And then Amrabat did a lot of mistakes. And then the second goal was a silly pass. No, it wasn't even a silly pass. The second goal, Amrabat went out of position. He came to the midfield and then they used the left back row, or they used the left hand side and then scored the second goal. And then the third goal was a silly pass from Amrabat. Why? Because he's not a left back, bro. He's not a left back. Don't play him as a left back. You have so many players that you can play as left back. Ten Hag, you should be very, 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 very careful. And then Onana, we have to talk about Onana. Those silly passes that he has been dashing to the opponent, he should be very, 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 very careful. And I'm not surprised the United fans are complaining. They are blaming Onana for their loss, because he basically single-handedly caused Casemiro to get a red card. That silly pass. And then Casemiro has to, he has to get a red card, because he didn't get the ball. He got the man and not the ball. So it is a red card. And then Icardi, you are fooling, but he still scored the last minute goal though. So, Onana has to stay in the pool, and then Rashford should be very, 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 very careful. He should be very, 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 very serious. Since he signed the contract, he has been fooling. Rashford, be very careful. And then Ten Hag. I have spoken a lot about Ten Hag, so I'm not going to waste much time on Ten Hag. You know my stance about Ten Hag. When you watch me, you know my stance about Ten Hag. So Sevilla also played 2-2. They drew against PSV Eindhoven, and then Yusuf El Nasiri, and lethal center forward in the box, and lethal in terms of air balls. El Nasiri, bro, lethal. So Sevilla also drew 2-2. So of course, it was a brilliant match to watch. It was a brilliant, Tuesday of Champions League game. I'm not playing Champions League Chelsea fan, but next year we'll come back stronger. So watch out for us. So ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of the video. Make sure you click on the subscribe button. Make sure you press on the post notification bell. Make sure you like this video. Turn on the post notification bell so that anytime we upload, you'll be the first person to receive it. Make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms, on IG, on TikTok, and then on X. Follow us there. Thank you so much for your time. Peace.